Hi everyone, this is Carmella Soleil of the Sunura Kitchen. Today we're having another episode of Raw in a Flash. It's a super quick, simple recipe. Actually, I just decided to make it a bit of as an impromptu thing to share it with you today. We've taken the recording outside because as you see it's such a gorgeous day. Who wants to be indoors anyways, right? So today we're going to be making a really nice basil pesto, a raw vegan pesto. And the recipe comes from my book, The Deliciously Raw, that is featuring the Omni blender. So the Omni, to tell you just quickly, it's a 3 horsepower blender. It's fairly new on the market. It hasn't been talked about so much. You know, we mostly know about the Vitamix and the Blend Tech. But the Omni blender, it's been a few years, you know, that it's in North America. It's a 3 horsepower blender, so a really powerful blender that will do a great job with your greens and to do all sorts of things, you know, sauces, dressings, soups, anything really. And especially on the raw diet, you end up using your blender quite a bit. You know, for us, we used to replace our blender almost every year before we invested in a good high power blender. Ooh, I'm in the bush, as you can see. So yeah, so the Omni blender, and a couple of neat things about it. It's got a 7-year warranty, and the other great thing is that it's super affordable. So $250 with shipping, and it's also a little quieter than the other ones because the decibel is a little lower. And anyways, you can find out more information about it on my blog. I've got a link showing at the bottom of the screen. On there you'll see I have some videos. Don has done a review of different types of blenders, and I'm just giving you a bit more of my impressions of my first-hand using of this blender. Alright, so let's just turn this here. The great thing about this pesto is that you can make it with basil. Right now it's the garden is just blooming. It's so wonderful to have all this abundance. You can make it with basil, but you can also make it with spinach. So what I do, if I don't have quite enough basil, I just do, you know, the remnant of the amount with spinach. Or you could do an all basil, or I bet you could do an all spinach version as well. It would be just as delicious. So I've got 4 cups of tightly packed spinach and basil. I used half-half. So, and what I like to do, I wash them and I don't dry the leaves afterwards. So what it means is there is some moisture that remains, and I find that it makes the pesto a little lighter than it would otherwise be if it was just the oil. So I like having that bit of water, and I then cut down on the oil some. So my 4 cups of greens in here, and then a little bit of olive oil. Oh, I got something missing. Donnie, you have to bring the... Then for fat, what I do, I use some walnuts as well. So walnuts that I've soaked. So walnuts, I've soaked them for maybe 4 hours. It makes them more digestible, and also since there is already a little moisture from the basil and spinach, the fact that it's soaked just really fits with this recipe. A bit of lemon juice. Alright, so some garlic, and I guess you can just adjust to your taste. We like a lot of garlic, so I put 2 generous cloves of garlic in there. Some nutritional yeast to give it a bit of a cheesy flavor. I know the traditional pesto is usually made with Parmesan, so that's something that can be easily circumvented by using just the nutritional yeast. And then some salt. Alright. The thing, I actually forgot to take the temper with me, so we're gonna give it a try, see how it fares, and then we might just have to go and get the temper. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it the 35-second cycle and take it from there. So we did give it a try without the temper, and it was not a good idea. So the great things about tempers is exactly for this kind of situation where it helps you push the food down so that the blades can catch whatever is in there. So I'm going to try it again with the 35 second cycle and see how that works. It hasn't been quite 30 seconds, but I just wanted to see how things are doing in there. Okay. Just gonna give it maybe another 35 to see, because some bits are still stuck on the sides. Okay, that should do it. Ooh, it looks nice. But there's nothing quite like basil and tomato, to be the taste of summer. Okay, so, smells wonderful. So there you have it, basil and spinach vegan pesto, and you can now serve that on your favorite cracker or some zucchini pasta. Let's see, would be really nice to stuff some mushrooms with, or just on a slice of tomato. Raw vegan pesto, the recipe is on my blog, and the link is showing at the bottom of this video. There's also a whole bunch of other recipes there that you can look for. There's a blog's recipe index that I recommend you visit. It's on the sidebar of the blog, so tons of recipes there. And I think that's it for now. So my name again is Carmella Soleil. I'm the writer of the Senora Kitchen blog, and I'll see you again very soon.